Welcome to the show. This is No Interference. We are your hosts, West Side, Big Sass, and the Bull. Thanks for tuning in. This is the final installment of our regular season prediction breakdown, and we are going to the NFC West. As usual, we are going off of the information we have now. Things may change as the season comes, and we're respecting the board. So if we already picked a game for one of the other past 7 divisions, we're sticking to the board. We're not going to overthink it. So respect the board. Everyone knows that. Before we start, late breaking news. Anything you guys want to bring up? I have the deepest sympathies to my fellow Titans fan, Harold Landry. It was announced that he tore his ACL earlier this week at practice, so that is a heavy blow. But
next man up.
We will move forward and we will survive.
Yep, that's the worst kind of news you can get right before the season starts. Practice injury. Next man up. As I was saying that, I was like, RJ just said that in the same
nothing
way.
But the truth.
Oh, well, it's the truth.
It's the gospel truth. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, we'll just go right into it. And we, know the drill. First to worst. So we are starting with the LA Rams.
That is correct.
That is correct. And again, this season's starting off great. Week 1, it's Rams hosting the Buffalo Bills.
I couldn't remember if we had this as a loss or a win.
To the Rams.
We gave this as an L to the.
I knew it.
So the Rams are starting off with a loss to the Bills, but hey, they're like the favorite this year, so no shame in that. And quite the flip side, the very following week, they are home against the Atlanta Falcons. So they can quickly turn their season around with that.
Did you do the 49ers?
What?
No.
49ers?
No, they're not.
49ers are week 2.
Well, remember
Bills,
Falcons,
Broncos,
Cardinals,
49ers, Falcons. Oh, shit.
I was like, wait a minute, because I'm looking at it right now. I'm so confused.
Sorry. I was on the Seahawks schedule.
False information.
I forgot to go back.
Sir.
30 lashes.
Sorry, people. Sometimes even the best make mistakes.
All right. So week 3 is going to be the first game that we can really dive into, sink our teeth in. They are on the road visiting the Arizona Cardinals.
I have this as a win for the Rams. I mean, the Cardinals, we've talked about it over and over during these schedule predictions and in general, that the Cardinals play better earlier in the season, have kind of fell off at the end, but the Rams should be riding the Super Bowl high. I know teams can have Super Bowl letdown years, but
no DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, no DeAndre Hopkins. I think Marquise Brown's going to play well.
Better
but
on all my fantasy leagues.
If anything, I think the Rams are going to play better earlier in the season, while Matthew Stafford's parent rusty arm is still fresh.
Rusty? I haven't even heard that.
I'm curious. That's a big storyline this year.
Ooh.
He's got the elbow tendonitis, apparently. Which I don't think can be, like, you're a professional athlete. Not saying you're a professional athlete, you have to play through pain, but I think he can adjust his throwing motion. Being a Hall of Fame quarterback, I think we'd all agree on that.
Yeah,
he can adjust.
I'm no doctor, but I've kind of, after listening to some things with his elbow, I'm just like, it's not an issue until it's an issue. Until he actually misses a game, whatever. Because, I mean, last year, you saw it bother him sometimes last year, and, like, there would be random points in games where he just, like, it was like, what the F was that? But they still got a great record and then won the Super Bowl, so.
Yeah, it would be really hard for me. It's really hard for me to imagine Matthew Stafford missing a game because of elbow tendonitis. Of course, if it gets bad enough, I guess. But, I mean, dating back to his rookie year, throwing a touchdown with a dislocated shoulder. Guy's tough as nails, so I'm just curious to see. We'll see what
Rams.
happens. We'll wait.
So are we giving it the W to the Rams?
Yeah, I went the long way to get there, but the Rams for the W.
All right. Well, week 4, they're staying on the road, and they're going to
who cut Trey Sermon?
the San Francisco 49ers.
Rookie year. You guys signed him? Well, we also...
And he went to the Eagles.
The Eagles picked him right up. The Eagles we were apparently trying to trade for him 2 days ago.
We ended up getting...
and we couldn't get an offer done, and the 49ers released him. So we're like, don't mind if we do.
Sign him up in the draft. He was a later pick, but I think he might have a little something. I was talking about just from the Niners in general.
Well, the Titans got Josh Gordon, so who won that? I don't care about Josh Gordon.
Got to throw in your hat, the Titans hat there. I'm giving this as a loss, giving them the split at home, 49ers, that is.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement. 49ers should have a good, solid pass rush. Their offense is they're going to want to run the ball, but they have enough weapons that they can take advantage of openings if you give it to them. And like you said, it comes down to the 49ers being home.
Yeah, and it's going to be early enough in the year where teams are still figuring out Trey Lance.
I'm still giving a dub to the Rams, but
hopefully they never
decided.
It could be a whole year.
All right, week 5, they are hosting the Dallas Cowboys, and we have already spoken, and we are giving the Rams the W.
Sounds about right.
Then they are week 6 home, hosting the Carolina Panthers, and we give the Rams the W.
Not the earliest, but pretty early.
And then they have a somewhat early-ish week 7 bye. Yeah. And then it's a quick rematch home against San Fran. So they got the home card, and they're also coming off of the bye. So that's an extra week to study.
They should take care of business at home.
Sean McVay is a pretty good coach, so I go with the Rams. Yeah.
Yeah, the 49ers are an interesting team because when you think of a team, you think of, quarterback or head coach first, usually. So when you think of 49ers, at the moment, you think of Trey Lance. You're like, okay, young quarterback, young team. But they're obviously a very experienced team and head coach. So I don't want to give the bye advantage to the Rams just because they're coming off the Super Bowl. But as you said, the split and the bye advantage Rams. And at home. Most important thing.
If this was like weeks from now, that might be like my lock of the week, that game. Week 9 on the road, going from San Fran cross country to Tampa Bay, and we have this as a victory.
That'd be a tough one on the road.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
that might be one that we revisit
have a little
later
bit better
on,
of a
but
team,
we
but
trust hard the board.
Bet against Brady. Still got great receiving core. O-line's a little banged up, but it's still a squad down there.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Then week 10, we have them hosting the Arizona Cardinals. Excuse me. This is kind of a two-parter because we talk about Cardinals do tend to fall apart later in the year, but they're also going to have DeAndre Hopkins coming with some fresh legs. So what are we thinking?
I have this. Sorry, let me check.
Going for the sweep.
Yeah, I have this as a win. Like we said, these early predictions, it's going to come down to the home splits for me. So win for the Rams.
Sweep of the Cardinals.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a sweep. Bring the Browns out.
I'm assuming you both agreed. Sorry, Taylor. I didn't realize you were chewing. This is my time. On to week 11. We got
I'm
the Rams at the Saints. What do we think, guys?
I'm
See,
trying to
no
get this draft
respect here.
done.
RJ turns around. Taylor's chewing. Nobody cares for the
Well,
sass.
we trust the board. We trust the board, so it's a win.
Oh, see, this is why I'm not in control, people.
Week 12 on the road against Kansas City. And we
I think we had that as a loss.
We have that as a loss.
Probably, I would give. We probably gave the advantage because they're at Arrowhead.
Yep, gotta trust that home field advantage, especially in one of the loudest stadiums in the league. Probably I think more recently they're louder than Seattle.
I believe it.
Speaking of Seattle, week 13, hosting the Seattle Seahawks, and that's going to be a W because the Seahawks are going to be hot garbage. What do you guys think? We have more DK Metcalf temper tantrums than Seattle wins by the end of the year.
You said more DK Metcalf
meltdowns than Seattle Seahawks wins.
According to my predictions, it's highly likely.
Sorry, Seattle fans. All right, week 14 hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. Trust the board. That's W. If you want to hear that breakdown, go listen
that too as well.
4 or 5 episodes ago.
Raiders are gonna be a good team this year, though. Don't get me wrong.
Then week 15. Oh yeah, I like the Raiders' offense. It's mainly their defense. I don't really have a ton of trust in. But week 15 on the road facing the Green Bay Packers, and we gave them a win.
Not trusting the Packers this year.
Week 16 hosting Denver, and we gave them a win.
Battle of Los Angeles.
Week 17, this is going to be a nice little
There's a whole
battle for LA.
20 years ago.
Can you not steal my thunder, sir? And we are actually giving the Rams the L. They are going to crumble under the might of the Chargers.
If we didn't want to be realistic, we could have had the Chargers going 17-0, but you got to keep it realistic here.
Well, and then we don't even need to talk about week 17 because it's against Seattle.
Psych.
We love you, Seattle fans.
So we have the Rams going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Sounds
12,
about right to me.
13 and 4. So they're up there for the NFC, they're up there in Eagles territory.
Fly high.
Caw!
I would.
Oh God!
Disrespectful. I'm going to ignore that. I will say, I think that is a good outlook for their season. I mean, it's kind of stupid to say because it's 13 wins, so of course it's hard to get anything more than that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're more around 11 wins.
Well,
it's real hard to come right back from the Super Bowl win with an older team and be just as dominant as you were last year.
Well, they're adding Allen Robinson. If Cam Akers is fully healthy, ready to go, that's completely changing their run game from last year.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking away... I mean, Cam Akers coming off of an Achilles injury, and they lost Sony Michel. So, I mean, they got Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers. And Allen Robinson's... I know a lot of people like that move, but he still needs to prove that he can be what he was.
You're just disrespectful.
And Cooper Kupp's not going to have the same season he had last year.
You're disrespectful and churlish.
Possibly. On both accounts. But Cooper Kupp was underlooked last year. Everybody knows it. But going into last year, and then he popped off because he finally had a strong arm quarterback, but he's going to get a lot more attention.
Best
If
wide receiver
Allen
season
Robinson,
in NFL history.
I mean, I'm not trying to hate. I'm trying to be realistic, and we can move on in a second. But if you look at Allen Robinson's career, he's not a great route runner. He's mostly a
hands.
Run and throw the ball at him. He either beats a defender or he makes a play on the ball.
You make me sick. That's you just.
Did someone draft Allen Robinson?
I drafted him in the second.
I wanted to, but someone stole him earlier than I wanted.
Yeah. All right, we can move on. But
second one.
Listen. You're going to be worrying about Cooper Kupp saucing up your whole secondary, and Allen Robinson is going to sucker punch your second string cornerback, make a jump ball over your safety, and then he's going to drop kick your linebacker all the way to the end zone.
He would be suspended for the year. At least maybe a couple games. The league these days, you don't know how these suspensions go.
I would like to see it.
But that would also be incredible. So sign me up if that happens.
All right, moving forward, the Arizona Super Cardinals.
Shouldn't it be the 49ers?
I have Rams, Arizona.
No, Arizona was second seed.
You lie.
And they just collapsed.
What was Arizona's record last year?
11-6.
Was it really?
They started out like 7 or 8-0.
Yeah, I know, but then they lost like 6 games.
Yeah, well, they still got a few more. They didn't lose out. They just
they lost. Whatever. Either way, so Cardinals doesn't change.
All right,
my record's the same.
Arizona, week 1, they are hosting the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Chiefs W.
And
Chiefs W
trust
or
the
Cardinals
board.
W?
That is gonna be a W. No, Cardinals W.
I think we leaned on that being a Cardinals home and
their
high
homes and the Chiefs offense maybe struggling out the gate a little bit.
Yes.
Then week 2, they are going on the road to the Las Vegas Raiders, and we have them taking an L.
Sounds about right.
Derek Carr got a new toy in town. And then week 3, hosting the Los Angeles Rams, taking another L. This could be a disastrous season for the Cardinals. Paid big money. Kyler Murray, some people were turned off by how he handled the contract negotiations. But luckily, week 4, they get to host the lowly Carolina Panthers.
We'll see. Baker could be coming for an MVP year.
I mean, I would love
Baker
it,
was,
but just
Baker was quoted the other day.
They're the more talented team.
Week 1 against the Browns. He said, "I'm gonna fuck them up." No, that was from a reliable with a checkmark web.
Yeah,
he said it was not true.
Yeah,
I know.
A reporter shared that, and then he said it wasn't true, and then I think she shared
why would he back down where they didn't dirty?
Keep
that shit going
or something.
F him.
Okay, I didn't see the whole story. I just saw today that he apparently denied it, which she has proof. It's embarrassing. Well, you can fake proof, but whatever. Moving on.
I don't know the whole story. All right, week 5, they're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles.
I wrote it down, but we all decided as a group, board. Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
We have the Eagles losing 2 games all year, so they're not going to go undefeated.
Yeah, I said the Eagles have struggled at Arizona in the past, so ever since that
all right, week
disastrous
6,
NFC Championship.
Week 6 on the road against their rival Seattle Seahawks. I mean, if Geno Smith is the quarterback, that's going to be a W for Arizona.
Yeah, Drew Lock will end up finishing the year.
Then week 7, hosting the New Orleans Saints. We have Arizona winning. They got a nice little 4-game win streak.
Stop there.
They got the pieces.
Then they lose.
I thought we had. No,
Well, they
Week
lose to the
8
Vikings?
on the road to Minnesota. No, we have them winning.
Bastards.
But hey, week 9, there's the
That's another
challenge.
win.
Home against Seattle Seahawks.
6 dubs in a row.
Psych.
Stick
And
with
then-
us, Seattle
No support.
fans. If you
Just
turn your
honesty.
season around, we will be there to support you.
They knocked us out of the playoffs twice.
Just not RJ. He's a
I don't
Washington
talk
fan.
about
He can't forget the past.
Well, luckily, Arizona's win streak's coming to a halt
Mhm.
week 10 when they have to go visit LA Rams. So there's an L. And week 11. Oh, why is my thing all messed up? Week 11,
I
they
actually
are
gave
home
them-
against the 49ers.
Oh, no, that was the last one.
What do we
Mexico City.
Never mind.
I gave them the loss.
late season? I mean, if you're the Cardinals, you just gave Murray this extension, and like this is another year where it gets to like the home stretch, and he's all dinged
It
up
is. I
and
also
can't
have it
make
in
it
fantasy,
through.
so
Like
I'm really hoping it doesn't happen.
that's a bad look, right?
If he does it again,
Like if he has another, and it's like just again where after like 12 weeks, his body is
I haven't
just
taken the
like,
W at home.
can't handle
Splitting
it.
the series later on.
yeah, I mean,
Didn't we joke about on one of the earlier
did.
episodes, like benching Kyler Murray for like the first like 4 to 6 weeks just to protect him, and then just
It was
hoping
definitely
you can
talked about.
win 2 or 3, and then just have him fully healthy the rest of the year.
yeah, it's
'Cause we're
tough
talking about-
because his listed size doesn't seem terribly small compared to successful quarterbacks, but
But you
he's
know
got
that's-
he's a tiny frame.
But you know that's a lie, and they list him at like 5'11", like 200.
I would give him like 195 in like wet clothes.
I thought he was listed
Well,
at
like
5'9".
okay. So what was Drew Brees listed at? 6 foot, like 210?
Drew Brees is listed at 6 foot, but he was probably, from what players said and
Yeah.
coaches, he was like 5, like 9'10". Kyler Murray's probably 5'9", 5'10".
Well, I was gonna say Drew Brees. I feel like appears bigger than Kyler Murray.
I'm a pretty good judge of height. I have no reason to back that up, but like if Kyler Murray was standing next to RJ, like I'm pretty sure RJ's got an inch or two on him.
Don't forget it.
RJ is 6 foot, people.
Hey, when the 6'6" motherfucker calls you 6 foot, you take it and you run with it.
6 foot with a.
Kyler Murray, he pitter patter.
You run away.
Yeah,
You
you
run
got the
away
little
so you
feet.
can use the distance to distort the perspective.
I have no idea how we got into that.
All right, back on track. Week 11 against San Francisco. I'm going with
Mark it
San
down as an
Fran
L.
because I don't trust the
So that
Arizona
was San Fran
Cardinals
still, right?
late in the year. I just don't until they prove otherwise.
Okay. Well, so we're saying that the Cardinals,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought we
week
were going
11.
to the Chargers, but Taylor
Lol.
wasn't done.
L.
L.
Yeah, I gave them the win just because they're going to have them split.
L.
And then, later on, they
L for
close out
love.
the season in San Fran. So.
Yeah.
Well,
That board is
we
freaking
have
on
them
crack.
beating the
I don't
Chargers in
believe
Week 12.
No, the Chargers would have went. The Chargers would have went undefeated though. Yeah.
I don't believe it either. That must have been one
have
of
to.
their tougher opponents, and we were like, we have to give them an L.
Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure that's what happened.
Justin Herbert, first 6,000-yard year.
Well, they got a nice little Week 13 bye. And they come out of the bye facing New England Patriots at home. And we have them getting the W.
Yeah.
Maybe that late season bye will do Kyler Murray some good. Week 15, they go on the road to the Denver Broncos. And we have them taking an L.
That's right.
Broncos country.
Let's ride. Broncos country? That's right.
And then
I gotta be careful with that. He may trademark that.
No judge would sign that. Week 16, we have them taking another L to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But they got a little double season.
Falcons.
Very rare they have a double season bye.
No faith in the
Week
Falcons.
17, visiting the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, I hope the Falcons do good, but I got to be fair. Got to be fair. Week 18 on the road against San Fran. Do they get swept by their in-division rival? What do you think?
Yeah, but we switched the splits on home and away.
This would
I
be
definitely agree
a
this is a W.
split.
Splitter.
I wouldn't be surprised if they lose this game, but I'm giving it a split.
10 and
Fair
7.
enough.
Eh?
So we have the Arizona Cardinals going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 7. Not bad.
If it
not
plays
bad.
out differently than it did last year, where they don't go 7-0, 10-7 could be okay. Distribute the wins a little bit more throughout the season.
I'm not the biggest Cliff Kingsbury fan.
I don't mind him, but I would like to see him. They're on the hot seat. I think he is. Like, if they don't get 11 or 12 wins, or like a good looking 10 wins and make the playoffs, I would definitely say he's on the hot seat next year.
Does Kyler Murray have a playoff win?
Not that I think. No.
Well, just because like Kyler Murray, depending on who you talk to, I think if you talk to just the vast majority, they'd be like, "Oh, Kyler Murray's one of the best quarterbacks in the league." But all these other young quarterbacks, all you hear is, "Have they won a playoff game? They haven't won a lot of playoff games. Well, they only have one, like blah 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 blah." But Murray,
Kyler Murray, I mean, he's a first overall pick, and he has a talent. So
did you hear that? I swear I was trying to listen to this story on the radio just today when I was driving home from practice. They said that in that Cardinals-Rams playoff game in like the fourth quarter when the game was like over, Murray was like, "I'm not going back in."
I never heard it either.
I didn't hear that.
I never heard that story. And then on the radio today, they were talking about because they were talking about Lamar Jackson's contract, and they were like being like, "Well, look at what Kyler just got." And then someone was like mentioning how I guess apparently in the playoffs in the fourth quarter,
Definitely
or
don't
whatever,
like hearing that.
Kyler Murray was just like, "I'm done."
I could see him. I
heard that.
I definitely could see him not being the best leader. I mean, I don't know him. I'm not one to. I can't judge somebody I don't know, but that's what we do here. We judge people, and I would say he doesn't look like he's probably the best leader, just from like seeing his
the way he carries himself. Yeah,
the way he holds himself.
But you make a good point. We don't know how it is behind the scenes. That contract didn't help.
Yeah.
We had to put stipulations on work ethic from
definitely a top
and other things. But I like the way he plays at the end of the day when he's healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from a talent standpoint, there's no question he's a top 10 talent at the position.
Zinger. Gone.
Keyword when.
Yep, we'll see if his body can hold up.
San Francisco.
All right.
We're in there.
Takes
Go
us to the
Rush
number 3 team.
Get
San Francisco. If you interrupt me one more time, you'll be kicked out of the show.
Forever.
All right, San Fran. Where are they on the schedule? Week 1 on the road, facing the daunting Chicago Bears.
Don't do them dirty like that.
Well, trust the board, so that's a W.
Hey, Justin Fields has come out slinging better than
warm-up
I'll make a
game
prediction.
here
Justin
at the beginning of
Fields
the year.
is better than Trey
Week
Lance
2, Seattle Seahawks. He could put that team on his back, but I would have to see it to believe it. Week 2, hosting the Seattle Seahawks again. No faith in Geno Smith.
Before he got punched in the
Sorry,
jaw by
I
his
supported him like 8 years ago, but that is long and gone. Yep. And then week 3, at Denver, we have them losing. Week 4, hosting the LA Rams, we have them getting a win. It's not a bad start, 3-1 to start the season. Week 5, on the road against the Carolina Panthers, another win. Then week 6, man, this is a real cushy schedule. I'm glad I drafted Trey Lance in fantasy. Week 6, on the road against the Atlanta Falcons, W. And after that little warm-up to start the year, week 7, they host the Kansas City Chiefs.
L7 weenie.
And we have them taking the L.
The Rams.
Week 8, womp, 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 at LA Rams.
That is correct.
And if I have this correct, we have them losing. Taking them to a nice middle season week 9 bye. They can rest their tired bones, and then they get to come out and try to fight the LA Chargers. And I'm sorry, but no amount of bye week recovery can prep you for that struggle. Then week 11, they are facing the Arizona Cardinals, and as we just said about 5 minutes ago, they're going to win this game. And then after that win, they get to host New Orleans. And guess what? They're going to lose.
It's more like
they're going to lose after having the season in their grasp.
Oh, God.
And they're going to let it slip through their fingers.
Or the sandy
just like the
beaches
sandy beaches of San Francisco Bay.
Dang.
Well, that's because week 13, they're hosting Miami, so you're close, but a cigar. And we have them winning that. Maybe by that point, the Dolphins nation has turned on Tua after
by that point next year,
short throws downfield.
Oxymoron.
Short throws downfield. Interesting.
You know what I meant.
I mean, it worked.
Week 14, we have them losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 15, are we in agreement? They're going to beat Seahawks?
I reckon I'd agree with that statement.
And then week 16,
I did look at that already.
They're going to beat the Washington Commanders. If you want to hear that breakdown, tune in two episodes ago to hear that breakdown if you're interested. Week 17, on the road, visiting the Las Vegas Raiders. And let me find this. Trust the board. We haven't taken an L. And then they finished the season with a W at home against the Arizona Cardinals. So not bad, Niners, not bad. We have you going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 6.
Wait, 10 and 6 is impossible. We're missing
do we have the Seahawks going winless?
So they're tying the Arizona record.
10 and 7. 10 and 7. Sorry.
Just making sure.
Yes.
Let's go to the Seahawks because all these games have already been pre-decided.
I'll look at
so we're gonna trust the board and see what the board believes. Do we have a 0-17 season coming? I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's stick to the board, even though it's not going to happen.
Week 1, losing to Denver. I kind of run out of room on my board to write stuff up. Week 2,
I don't think we had them winning in the division, so just
losing
mark
to
all
San
the
Fran. Week 3.
I thought we had.
Week 3 they beat Atlanta.
On both.
I have a feeling.
I did write over that, but maybe I made a mistake. It says the Falcons are beating Seattle away. Oh, I thought you said a win for the Seahawks when you said it.
That's what we said.
Yeah, Falcons are winning. Oh
Hmm.
no,
I
no,
don't.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Trevor,
no,
you
I do
sure on
have
that?
the
Check your
Seahawks
list first.
winning.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
You ain't keeping track? Son of a bitch.
Ain't no board
No
keeper
wonder you
here.
can't remember anything. You got all that stuff stored up in there.
I keep my own record.
All right, week 4 at Detroit. We have them losing. Week 5 at the New Orleans Saints. We have them losing.
Loss
Week
against the
6
Chargers.
home against the Arizona Cardinals. L.
We even give that one to the Giants.
Week 7 on the road against the Chargers. L. Week 8 hosting the Giants. Let's see. Womp womp womp. Nope, we have that as an L.
L for
Week
Seattle.
9. Yeah, L for Seattle. Week 9 at Arizona. L.
Definitely no.
Week 10
It is in Germany
at
still.
Tampa Bay. L. Well, it's in Germany. Then they got a nice week 11 bye. I don't know why
too
the
worried
league
about making
wasted
drama
that on
games
them.
like Denver and Seattle week 1, or all these other games with drama from previous players. They don't care about people's bye weeks.
Then week 12 off of the bye, they're taking an L to the Las Vegas Raiders. Sorry. Week 13 on the road against the LA Rams. That's an L.
L.
Week 14, Carolina Panthers. What do we got? We have... What week
Let's
is
say
this?
L.
11. 14, sorry.
L, yep. L, sorry. Week 15, home against the San Francisco 49ers. L. On the road visiting the Kansas City Chiefs. L.
That's another.
Week 17, hosting the New York Jets. New York Jets.
Yep.
Let's see. Show me the money. L. And then finishing the season, week 18, hosting the LA Rams. That's an L. Hopefully, when this comes around, the Rams will rest their starters and the Seahawks can maybe get a
honestly,
win.
I would
So
really put them down for over 17 this year.
1-16.
Yeah, they could trade Tyler Lockett too before the trade deadline.
They could trade Lockett.
You think it's Seattle? You were going to see how much Russell Wilson carried them. I mean, I don't have faith in their running backs, and their rookie running back just had that health issue. I mean, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are good, but neither of their quarterbacks have proven at all they can play well consistently, and then their defense is and their O-line is
Do you think them trading 3 first-round picks for Blitz Boy
Jamal Adams
has caused this downfall? Is that at all possible? Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they've drafted particularly well since the
Legion of Boom.
What was their defense called?
Legion of Boom.
Yeah, I mean, since then, I mean, who do they have? They hit on all these picks: Bobby Wagner, Sherman,
Chancellor.
Pretty sure, yeah, they drafted
Earl
Chancellor.
Thomas.
Byron Maxwell played well for them. Yeah, Earl Thomas. They traded for Marshawn Lynch, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, even though DK Metcalf was later. Doug Baldwin,
Javon
Golden
Kearse.
Tate.
No, Jermaine Kearse.
Max
Unger.
Yeah. Their O-line was never great, but I mean, it got the job done.
No, not Cliff. Who was the guy from
Bruce Irvin, who nobody thought was going to be good, was good for them.
Who was the guy from Eagles that went over there? Chris Clemens, right?
Chris Clemens, yeah. So, I mean, since then, though, I mean, I can't think of anybody they hit on. Chris Carson had 2,000-yard years or 1,000-yard year, but then his neck
at the time
snapped.
a better team in Seattle that actually has playoff hopes, and to now be at the bottom tier again. Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't
Jamal
agree more.
Adams.
I
He's a
can't.
curse. He's a football
stand
curse.
him. I can't stand him. Can't.
Overrated.
Easily the most
I'm pretty
overrated safety
sure
in the league.
we were all in agreement with that too.
Well, like, and everyone was going crazy about him getting these 8 sacks or whatever, but it's like you're coming in as an extra blitzer off the edge because you suck in coverage. Of course, that's like if I was like a random tight end on some team and they let me get all these end arounds and I'm bragging about how I was leading all tight ends in rush yards. I'm like, yeah, because I got 30 end arounds, so of course I'm going to lead all tight ends in rush yards.
Yep.
And then the coach is going to turn around and go, well, he can't catch, so we have to have him run the ball or else he's useless.
I think it could happen
Do
in
you
the next
think
couple of years.
Pete Carroll retires?
I think the energy of
Fair.
coaching football is keeping him alive. So,
Do you think? Not what I thought you were going for. I think he could retire. At his age, you don't like step down. Like he's gonna say I'm retiring,
No,
and then he could come back a year later.
I think he coaches Seattle until like
probably
he's
the next time
told
they'll be
he's not to
successful,
coach anymore, and then he'll retire.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Failed year.
Speaking about
Well, anything else we want to discuss? This does wrap up our preseason predictions
we're down
for
to the last episode coming out
NFL.
here of the Hard Knocks. You guys are keeping up with that? They
Take
dropped
it
the
or
4th
leave
one
it.
the other day. Last
So is there
preseason
only
game.
3 episodes out so far?
Well, the biggest thing I've got out of it
I
was
watched
Aiden
the
Hutchinson is
3
definitely
of
the
them, but I
real
haven't seen
deal,
the 4th one.
I think. And then because he's battling against Penny Sewell too. And then they keep talking about this guy Malcolm Rodriguez. Seems like to be a stud in the 6th. He does everything right though. When they actually go over the film, I'm like, oh, this guy's everywhere. He's blocked. He's always in his hole.
Last time
near the ball,
Last time the Lions had some
it was Madden.
Hispanic talent on defense.
It was straight Madden.
We all know what happened.
The draft is ticking down. It's in the 7th round. Should be done.
How dare you? How dare you?
But I guess that does it. We're getting into football. We're 1 week away from the season, regular season kickoff. Thanks to all of our listeners. I think we're at 55 subscribers now. So
we went from 49 to 55.
Thanks to all you out there.
Keep them coming. Football season is upon us.
But yeah, we're going to try and be giving
half.
out fresh content once we're into the season. There'll be more for us to break down, more for us to talk about.
Got one last thing to say.
As usual,
the quote,
is
the great Jamal Adams. Because out to all the fans here.
Oh, God.
Come on, piss on the porch like a puppy. Sit back and let the big dogs eat.
God.
Oh, Jamal Williams. Sorry, we were just talking about Jamal Adams.
Did you say Jamal Adams?
Emma
laughs every time they play that quote.
She doesn't really know much about football, but then she kept trying to say it all night. She kept saying, like, instead of piss on the porch like a puppy, she'd say, like, "You want to poop on the deck like a dog" or something like that. I'm like, no, it's piss on the porch like a puppy. It's so funny. Obsessed with it. Doesn't even know about it.
All right, let's try this again. For all you listeners, this is No Interference. We are your hosts, Westside, Big Sass, and the Bull. We like cold beers, hot takes. Keep tuning in.
That's a wrap.
But yeah, I'll say it for like the 5th time. Thanks to all our fans. If you like what you heard, like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. If you're a Seahawks fan and you need us to, calm you down, tell you everything's going to be okay, we can do that. We're going to talk about the Jimmy G. We can get into that. This was a pretty quick episode, but tune in.
Peace.
We'll see you next week. Adios.
See you later.